Welcome to the third segment of how to write a case study. Hi, I am Dr. Subramanya, and today we will be discussing on the contents of a case study. The first part of any case study is the title page. The title of the case should be very catchy because many people search the case through internet. The title should be very specific. Unless if it is not specific, it is vague or non-specific, it does not attract readers. The title should not be more than 8 to 9 words in length. It should be in a single phrase, and the title should contain the keywords of the case. The second part of any case is the abstract. The abstract means a short version of the actual case that you are going to narrate. The abstract can be narrative or structured. Narrative abstract consists of a short version of the whole paper, but the structured abstracts, which is now becoming very popular, is a standardized. It ensures that certain information is included. Nowadays, always structured abstract is recommended. The third part of case is introduction. The introduction should start with the main objective of the case. It should introduce the characters and the supporting characters in the case. It should also mention the various challenges that you are going to put forth to the readers during the reading of the case, the challenges which every reader must solve or must try to anticipate by introducing a paragraph. The introduction also should mention the usefulness of your case. Like if a teacher is going to teach the case in the class, he should understand that in which topic I should discuss this case and how it is useful for the students as we are in the era of outcome-based education. Then comes the part of the actual case presentation. The case presentation contains the raw data that you have collected or you have imagined. The raw data must be presented in a very analytical form, maybe in a tabular form or maybe in figures or maybe in diagrams or images, but it must provide the support to the case in your presentation. The problem or the situation which is most important in your case must be presented in this presentation. How you came to this case, that also must be analyzed. The background of the case should be discussed. The case should also contain the various analysis or the details that you have collected, and it should be in a very classical arc that I discussed in my first episode. It should follow the classic arc where the case presentation should start with the situation and how it proceeded to the problem or situation that has arisen. Next we come to the management and outcome. In this segment, we must provide solution to the problem or a situation. It should contain all the steps to reach the outcome which will help the readers as reference. The solution should be relatable to the reader. The outcome must be provided so that the readers can use the direction when and where how the outcome has reached. In all this outcome, you must discuss how it came to that conclusion, because when the teacher is discussing this outcome in the class, the student must be narrated that how the author has come to this conclusion or this solution. The solution may vary of the students depending upon their intelligence quotient. The IQ level of each and every student is different. So a teacher must have a reference solution to discuss with the students. This is the part where discussion happens. When the introduction part, case presentation and the abstract has been seen, the discussion takes place between the participant about the case. A proper discussion must be done after the outcome as it will give additional impetus to the case. In discussion part, each participant must summarize the case in very short and how the participant has come to a conclusion or outcome with respect to the case. The author of the case must provide teaching notes because that will help the teachers who are using this case in the classroom to enhance the discussion. The discussion will be more precise and more concise if the teaching notes are accompanied with the actual case. Then the lecture plan must be provided by the author because this will help the teacher to plan the case, how it should be analyzed, how it should be presented in the class, how the discussion should happen. The lecture planner will help the teacher to use it. It will also help the teacher to plan his lecture while dealing with the case, and it will give a clear-cut picture to the teacher to administer the case while conducting the lecture. The last part in any case must be the question and answer. Every case must have questions relating to the case to the readers, and those questions must be accompanied with the reference answer. The answer which is provided by the author must not be accepted by it's not mandatory to be accepted by the reader. The reader may vary with the answer of the teacher or the author, but a reference answer must be there in the question and answer section. The question created must relate with the case, and the answer should help the reader to give a proper outline of the case. It will give a reference to the teacher while the teacher is discussing the case in the class. Thanks for your patient listening. Start writing a case. Please subscribe my channel. Please like my videos, and please put up a valuable comment of you. Thank you very much.